So this is a video about the method to do cubes and why it works. So just to remind what we did before, how to do the cube we looked at as two-digit number, the cube of one, cube of another, then the product of the two times 3, then you multiply this by 6 and you multiply this by 2, 6 meaning this and 2 meaning this, right? This gives you the cube of 26. So how does it work? So if we looked at 26, let's use two colors. So let's say 26, right? And we want the cube of this. So this is equal to, basically we have 20 plus 6, right? And we want the cube of this. So this is a plus b whole cube, which gives you the cube of this. So now I'm not really going to distinguish between the colors too much, except 2 cube is 8. So this is 8,000. The next term is, I'm going to take a cube plus b cube. So the expansion I'm going to use is a cube plus b cube plus 3 times a squared b plus 3 times ab squared. So this is the expression we are using. So that's a cube and b cube, 6 cube is 216. So as you can see, there will never be an overlap between a cube and b cube, and you can always just write them together. So in the cube method that we did before, see if you can see it, okay, we just put it down. That's the first term right here, right? So that was a cube and b cube, and you can always put them together as long as this is 3 digits. So if it is not 3 digits, for example, if this was 2 and not 6, then 2 cube would be 8, so I'd write 008. So that's how you would combine these two. So this is clear. So the other two terms is basically, we have 3 times a square, right? So that's 3 times a square, which is 20 square. So notice here, because this is a 20, you will have 2 zeros, yeah? And so this times b, which is 6 for us, and in addition to that you have 3 times just 20, that has only a single zero, times 6 square. So what we are doing in this is that we are taking 20 times 6 times 3 out from these, right? So I have 20, okay, sorry, 20 times 6, right, times 3, and we are not really treating it as 20, we are just saying 2 times 6 times 3. That's what we did in our expression, but essentially this is what we are doing, right? So this basically gave us, that's 12 times 3, 36, so we got 36, and that's of course how many tens it is. So it is 36 tens, so we treated it as 36. That's here, right? So the next step was this, where we basically got what was common. So if I removed what was common, so 20 times 6 times 3, then what is left is I need to multiply by 20 and I need to multiply by 6. But remember, this is already a 10, right? This already has a 10. That's why when we multiply by 6, we just add a 0, and then we multiply by 6, and then when we are going to multiply by 2, that's the next digit, we put 2 zeros, because 20 also has a 0 and this also already had a 0. So that's these are how we got all these 3 numbers, or 4 numbers if you want to look at it that way, and then we added it together. So this is how this is why the cube method works. So we looked at how it works, and now we are looking at why it works. These are the 4 terms are combined, these 2 terms are combined together, And again, for these also, you take the common factors out, and what's left is you need to multiply by these two. So you multiply by this one first with a single zero, and you multiply by 2 second with two zeros.